I've known for a long time that I wanted to cut hair. Pretty much when I was in the middle of college, I started giving my brother haircuts, not my roommates. And so it was really fun, but I really started loving it when I bought my first pair of clippers. And it's kind of one of those things where this actually feels real now. And so, yeah, after I started doing that and watching YouTube videos on how to cut hair, I started to really fall in love with the art of it. And yeah, just getting to socialize with guys for an hour. After I graduated college, the opportunity arose to join Colin and moving to Monmouth to help start a church plant at Western Oregon. I think I always kind of thought this was going to be like a pit stop. This is a spot I'm going to be at for a while, and after I kind of figure out what I want to do, and then I'll leave. Ever since I became a Christian and just looking on how God has used me to bring Him glory, it's always been in the very beginning steps where I get to meet someone where they're at in their unbelief in God. I remember being on staff, a lot of it was developing leaders. I just found out that's just not who I am. I'm not someone who leads leaders. I want to lead someone who's not a leader yet and pretty much get them into leadership. I kind of just told Colin, like, hey Colin, I don't love what I'm doing, but I love cutting hair, and honestly, that's where I feel like my ministry actually is flourishing the most. I know there's a large part of me that felt like I had to fabricate this really cool story for me coming off staff. Like I had this really good reason, and that way people would affirm me, saying, yes, that makes so much sense. But honestly, I didn't. So when I was at barber school, everyone was kind of around my age, except there was this one guy who's 50 years old, and his name is Troy. And it was like after the first day, we instantly connected. Yeah, so when we were talking about what we want to do after we graduate, we both just said, yeah, we want to own our own shop. So we both just kind of, over time, just kind of agreed on, what if we do this together? And then, yeah, it just kind of happened, honestly. One opportunity that arose was getting a building in Dallas, which is only 15 minutes away from Monmouth. It was a great price and in a really growing city. But the more and more as we thought about it, even just that 15 minutes away from home was gonna do so much. The relationships that we build, they couldn't sustain or get any deeper because after work we had to drive home. You weren't gonna see them at the local grocery store. You weren't gonna see them at the coffee shop or just around the city. You can't ever make an impact into a city if you're not fully invested in it. On August 2019, me and my friend Troy decided to open up the Guys Barbacoa in Monmouth, Oregon. We got the lease on the building to have the barbershop in on August 1st, painted it, fixed it, made it look real nice. Then we started cutting hair, I believe on August 29th. Oh no! How'd you do that? That's humiliating for the cameras and everything. You look stupid. I think like anything, the fear of failure really did hinder me in wanting to make that jump. What if no one comes? What if I'm actually really bad at cutting hair? What if I'm really bad at conversing while giving someone a haircut? Those thoughts definitely came into my head. But I don't know, I just really trusted that God will be able to use whatever I do. The more and more conversations I had with people who owned a business or who knew something about owning a business, I was very overwhelmed. The lie that I think I kept telling myself was, what if you're not called to being a barber? What if you're called to being a pastor? But I would wrestle with that daily. Like, man, what am I called to be? God calls you to be someone who loves people and loves himself, and yeah, I can do that being a barber, and I can do that while being a missionary too. I knew being a barber, I could meet people exactly where they're at in their unbelief in God, and I could get to know them well, and they can get to know me well, and then yeah, hopefully I get into a relationship with them where I get to share the gospel, and they become a follower, and I can walk with them from there. Thanks so much for coming in again. Asking ourselves like the why questions. Why do we want to do this? It was more than just giving awesome fades and stuff like that. We really wanted to know people and to be their friends, and ultimately to show them who Christ is.